Iraq is international. So is your currency. So is your banking structure. Your new exchange rate will be the cherry on top of everything that Sudani has accomplished for you citizens. It will bring you purchasing power, security and stability from the enemy that stole your money all these years, and it will be a very strong relationship with the United States of America. They're talking about the issuance of money, and aren't we waiting for a new exchange rate? Yes, we are. I think that's the whole premise here. They're getting rid of the dollar auction. Now it's called the currency window. No wonder these guys in the street are nervous. About 5 months ago, the Central Bank of Iraq discussed ending the currency auctions as we know them. This is a significant step, and several additional steps have also been made to move the banking system forward. 2025 things are changing. There was a lot of news out of Iraq overnight, 20 or so stories at least on ending the year, starting the new year, and the platforms. My takeaway is they are going to need the new value because of the new system. They have created this new system, and now is the time to breathe life into it. In the coming days, without auctions, they are going to start operating like any other country with a standardized banking system. This is part of their white paper reforms. We are about to see a huge step for Iraq. They are using the old lower notes to introduce the new lower notes to you Iraqi citizens. This news about Iraq to end the dollar currency auction by the start of 2025 probably is not credible, accurate news. We won't know until January 2nd if they do or don't stop the currency auction. We'll have to wait until January 2nd to see the credibility of this news. The date for closing the platform is fixed. It will not change and will not be extended. The banks have been preparing since the beginning of this year, when Governor Ali Al-Alak announced his intention to close the platform. They have a fixed date according to the article. Saleh said starting January 2, 2025, the Central Bank of Iraq will no longer directly sell foreign currency. This is the last foreign currency auction. There isn't a reason for mentioning the minting, metal coins. If there's not going to be an exchange rate change in the very near future, the country has not used metal coins for about 20 plus years. They took metal coins out of circulation back in 2003-2004, if they're not going to be minting new coins or possibly have done so, there would be no need to have a focus or even a mention of it at this point in time today. Metal and coins would not be needed. If they're not going to change the value of the currency, they probably didn't have a need to focus in on it. Alak is talking about a big party they're having right now at the CBI for all the CBI employees who have worked so hard on the process and on the development of a new currency. They are celebrating along with the US Treasury delegation here on a visit. Frank, I will admit that's pretty cool. It's also a telltale sign. That's why the US Treasury is there. The redemption centers will have a Delaru machine to count and verify your currency. They'll offer you a contract rate, which is the per barrel price of oil that Iraq is selling their oil for. Let's have a really beautiful, safe New Year's Eve. Question: so did auctions stop at the CBI? Marks: they are getting ready to move auctions from the CBI to the banks. We are very close. Article: Iraq to end currency auctions by start of 2025. Over the next few days we are going to see so many changes, buckle up. We suggested to you the CBI was going to be showing the Iraqi citizens the lower notes. They are showing the citizens of Iraq a one lower note from the 1940s. Why would you do that? Because they want to show the example of what was, gapped by decades of 3-0 notes that are worthless, will now become again. What once was, currency with value in their country, that was gapped between decades of stealing by Parliament, is now going to be again. From the Central Bank of Iraq today, has us excited. I think it tells us a lot about timing. Article: in continuation of Circular Number 3449 dated the 15th of January 2024 regarding the unification and updating of controls and instructions related to the standards for circulation and replacement of banknotes. We attach to you the principal standards and instructions for that will be adopted in the counting, sorting, receipt and delivery of banknotes. To be implemented starting from the 1st of February 2025 with appreciation that is supposed to continue and be completed the 15th of January 2025. They are saying they will be issuing the instructions related to the standards of circulation and the replacement of banknotes, which has folks excited. It appears they're gearing for a change and that change is coming. The exchange rate could come when ALAC is ready to tell us and the world. If that mechanism has to deal with an exchange rate, they're talking about that today. That's fascinating. Dude, if you buy $100,000 worth of dinar and it goes to the value of the Kuwait dollar, you're looking at $300 million. I don't know if you want to call it a get-rich-quick scheme. It's been 25 years and still nothing has happened to the Iraqi dinar. As a matter of fact, the dinar is losing value. Just like the oil of Iraq, the currency of Iraq belongs to the people and Sudani controls the oil and the currency of Iraq. Sudani, to the CBI, are the only ones with the authority to make any changes in the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar. If Parliament does not do the final reading of the budget, then Sudani will overwrite it with an operational budget. Today in Iraq, Monday, December 30th, the auction was $279,695,336. So there was an auction today. Comment, Sudani and Salil say it will be on Jan 2. Marks, that is pretty close to what we are being told right now. There is so much coming together. Comment, my IMF contact is saying the 2nd. Marks, they are not the only ones looking at that date. The television is showing the auctions are now ended after 20 years. Frank, are they saying it has officially ended or are they saying it's going to end on the 31st? Firefly, saying it ended after 20 years. The Supreme Judicial Council announced on Tuesday the recovery of 12 billion Iraqi dinars from one of the companies violating the currency market in Baghdad. The judiciary media said in a statement seen by Shafaq news agency, the second Kark investigation court recovered today an amount of 12 billion Iraqi dinars for the crime of financial fraud. He pointed out that the amount was recovered from one of the violating companies to obtain the difference in the dollar exchange rate, after great efforts and under the supervision of the competent judge. He said, efforts are continuing to take legal measures to prevent this crime and currency speculation in order to preserve state funds. The Prime Minister's media office announced on Tuesday the completion of the infrastructure to link all border crossings, by starting to use the automation system to facilitate the entry of goods. The office said in a statement received by Shafaq news agency, in implementation of the directives of Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, related to administrative and financial reform, which is included among the priorities of the government program, a special meeting was held in the Prime Minister's office